back with another super highly suggested episode. I'm at a place called Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza. It is a franchise. This one is located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, at a place called The Promenade, which has a lot of shops in here. I've been here once or twice, but I never checked it out. Might have to come back here and do some videos. But this was highly recommended. A lot of people really like this stuff. Obviously, they specialize in coal-fired pizza, but they also have some other stuff that supposedly is really good. So I got about 4 or 5 things today, and we're going to try them out and see if this place is really hitting on something. Again, this is a franchise, so check your store locators. I don't know if there's any outside New Jersey. I know there's some in New York, because someone told me that, but that's as far as I got.
If you see future me in the video, that means there's got to be some sort of editor's note. And in this case, I just wanted to give you more of a background on Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza. Throughout the rest of this video, you're going to see me continuously reference whether to call this a franchise or not. Some people consider franchises that what I'm referring to as national chains, but I'm also doing regional chains. So Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza has over 60 locations, 62 to be exact. They're primarily on the East Coast within New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and then as far south as Florida, but I didn't see any in between. As of November 2021, Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza was acquired by BurgerFi, which is another regional chain. I probably will be doing a video on them shortly, so it's in that in-between category. It is a technical franchise, but it's not like the giant chain franchises that we've been concentrating on. I will be giving throughout this video 2 ratings if I'm rating this against mom and pop places and also the franchise scale, which we're used to. Just wanted to give you a heads up, but let's get back to the video.
All right, let's start off with the pizza. This is a Paulie's pie. That's what it's called. First time looking at it. Let me show you. Ooh. I like the way that this looks. I'm not going to lie. Never had a pizza quite like this, and I've eaten a lot of pizza in my life, but the Paulie's pie has long hots, which are like these long peppers you see right there, Italian sausage, big chunks of sausage, and you can see those large chunks of ricotta cheese on here. 12-inch pie. This runs you $22 for a 12-inch pie, so it is super expensive. There's a sign on the inside that says pizza always is crazy, bro. We're going to have to back up. Yeah, there we go. There's a sign in there that says their pizza all comes well done, but I did specify well done as well. So a well done pizza. Let's grab this bad boy. Let's grab this piece. Oh, this is a whole big ass. Yep, why not? Okay, the dough in the middle, because of the pepper, just like flopped apart, but you can't really be. I'm leaving that in. You can't really be mad at that. Sausage, long hots, should be spicy. Side note, this is like the 4th restaurant. This isn't a mom and pop, but that has a Paulie's something in it. I thought I should tell you all that. That pepper's spicy. That's good though. I like that. I feel like, man. The long hot is not seeded at all. A little briny, but really nice kick from that. When I ask for a spicy pizza, this is what the hell I want. That's what I asked for. Make it spicy. Thank you. I don't know how many of this is a franchise. The first franchise I've had, it's made me happy as hell. Even though I'm tearing up. Maybe it's tears of happiness. That I've gotten a spicy pizza where the pizza's actually spicy. Thank you. It's just good, man. I don't know whether to put this on a franchise or a mom and pop scale. If there's a franchise, this is what California Pizza Kitchen wishes what they were. Charging $22 for a pizza, which is insane. But at least this is good. Very large chunks of Italian sausage. Large, creamy chunks of the ricotta, and the dough is pretty good. Good chew on it. This is good, man. Fun. Again, if you don't live near like a mom and pop pizza place, this is probably the best franchise. Again, I don't know whether or not this is a big franchise. I guess you can't really call it a franchise. They're not like 200 locations. So, and the sauce is not a sweet sauce, which I like. I don't like when sauce is too sweet on pizzas. This is more of a robust tomato marinara. You can see, I house this whole pizza. I'm sorry for smacking, bro. These are hitting like a move right now. So I'm usually not the biggest fan of like the oven pizza because they don't do the dough right. This dough was done better than a lot of mom and pop places that I've had around here that do brick oven, which is wild. Like my mind's blown. If I'm rating this against like a California Pizza Kitchen on a franchise scale, I would give this a 9.3 out of 10. If I'm rating this against every mom and pop pizza I've ever had, this is still a very good pizza. I wouldn't call it elite on that sense, but it's still in the really good category even with that. I'd give this an 8.3 out of 10 on that scale. I don't know which scale I'm working with yet. So I'm just going to give you both for each of them. This is one order of wings, but 2 different sauces, so they put it in separate containers. These wings, 10 for $17.99. That is not a misprint, right? I'm just going to double check because $16.99. 10 for $16.99 is still crazy. Just for reference, I went to a place last weekend called Buffalo's where I got 15 wings for $20. Anyway, these are garlic Romano, and these are their original. Now, their original are made in the coal fire oven, and it comes with like a piece of their dough, which is like focaccia dough, and there's also like some onions on here. I've seen these types of wings before, and I had them at different places, but this was so recommended. Everybody, gotta try the wings, gotta try the wings. So I made sure I got the original, and then I picked my own sauce. This is their blue cheese it comes with. They also said get the blue cheese. Gotta get the blue cheese. Cool. I'm gonna tell you this. Man, they gave me all flats too. And flat people, y'all gonna be happy. I got 5 wings, 4 of them are flats. But there's some onions you see on the top right there. I'm just gonna like do a side dunk. This is a massive wing. Look how big this wing is. The blue cheese is good. It's not a chunky blue cheese. There's no chunks in it whatsoever. But it's creamy. But the flavor's in there. Again, this is almost like a damn turkey wing, how big it is, but at the same time, this comes off almost like a nice roasted chicken wing. Like if you roasted a rotisserie or something in the oven, which is an oxymoron. You can't roast a rotisserie chicken without on the spit. If you made a roasted chicken for dinner, it's got that kind of rosemary seasoning on it. But the interesting part, I like these a lot, is that onion flavor, that sweet onion flavor kind of contrasts with that really well. And the wings, again, are cooked really well. Really well. I'm not sure. It sounds good. Let me be honest with you. One of the best franchise wings that I think I've had. This is almost too good to call it a franchise, but it kind of is a franchise. There's multiple locations, but it's like right on the cusp. They didn't just make more of these so I can just call it against a franchise scale. It's starting to get dark. I had to open a window just to let some light in here. I'm here an hour before I normally film, and it's just I have to go even earlier. Like rating this on a franchise scale, again, 9.4 out of 10. Like I think they are on that scale absolutely elite. If I went to a mom and pop and got these, I still think they were really good. They're just too damn expensive. But I house 4 each in the way. I can't stop eating them. Even on a regular place scale, I'll give these an 8.7 out of 10. That's really damn good. We got the Parmesan Romano wings, which obviously comes in a Parmesan Romano sauce. Same idea. Big, massive Mondo wing. I don't love these. The other ones are good. I like the cook on these wings again. I'm just going to get some more sauce just to see. I just think this sauce is too rich for the wings. And it kind of reminds me of like Olive Garden type of vibe. There's definitely a Parmesan Romano vibe. Like you get that cheesy, toasty, nutty, almost Alfredo-like taste with it though. But other than that, they overpower what the wings by themselves are too good to drown in that Olive Garden material for me. So these I wouldn't get. Stick to the original. Those are absolute heat. But the cook and everything on it is still good. Franchise-wise, gets a 6 out of 10. Regular restaurant-wise, I'd give these a 5 out of 10. I guess I'll try this focaccia bread too, though, right? Texture sucks. There's seasoning on it though. Olive oil would work. It kind of tastes like the bread they serve at restaurants you dip in olive oil, but it's really chewy and like they overcook this part. Let me try this part. Let's not try that again. No, not eating it. Also got one of their sandwiches. This is a sausage and peppers, and it's on their homemade focaccia bread, so it almost looks like a... See how this is just like a rolled piece of pizza dough. It's like that same dough that they use. This is a lot softer than the one that they served before. Is this sausage and peppers? Oh, it's like crumbled sausage and peppers. That's really weird. I've never seen that before. It almost looks like this is the same sausage they put on their pizza. This is like a papadilla, but homemade. I don't like their bread, man. Like, the bread is chewy. It just, the texture's off on it. Well, you see that bite? I'm not feeling that. It's the same sausage, which I don't like. The crumbled sausage and peppers is like sacrilege to me. This is where my like New Jersey bias is coming in. This is. I love the roasted peppers in here though. Those you could take home with me. The bread is really buttery, but again the texture just sucks. And there's also some melted cheese in here. I'm trying to be nice. Like, they big up their homemade focaccia bread. And again, the bite is just not satisfying at all. Look, I wouldn't even call it a sandwich. I would just call it a mid papadilla. Redeeming qualities, the sausage is okay, but crumbled, not the vibe. And then the peppers, that roasted, fire roasted taste is actually heat. But I would never get this again. I saw other sandwiches, but I'm a sausage and peppers person. If I'd have known it came crumbled like that, I would have got mad. This is the first thing from here, which is to me is a complete swing and a miss. There's no way they would serve this at a pizzeria around here. I'm just being real. Like, zero. Not like this. On a franchise scale, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. On a mom and pop or a pizzeria scale like that, this gets a 2 out of 10. No one would serve crumbled sausage on a sandwich is nuts. Okay, this is going to be really weird. I just checked my bag. I just checked my car. There's no silverware. I usually have silverware on my car, but I ran out. So I'm going to have to figure out how the hell I'm going to do this. But this is their burrata and prosciutto spaghetti. They only had like 3 different kinds of spaghetti. I was going to get their spaghetti and meatballs. I ended up getting this one. I'm going to have to use like this. I'm not eating pasta with my hands, bro. That's crazy. But let me just grab a piece of this prosciutto because I see it from here. Now, anybody thinking that this is bacon, it's not. Prosciutto has a sweet and salty taste where bacon is smoked. Now, pancetta and prosciutto have similar cuts, but this is more similar to ham. This does strongly resemble bacon, though. It doesn't have a smoky taste, though. So, it's not bacon, at the very least. But it is a cured pork. So, just in case you were wondering, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this. I'm just going to eat it with my freaking hands, bro. We got to thug this. It is what it is. Let me try the pasta by itself. The pasta's al dente. This almost reminds me of carbonara minus the yolks, and instead they added a red sauce. Very similar. It feels really rich. A lot of people use pancetta in carbonara, but you can also make carbonara with prosciutto. Those are the main things you use because it gives you that kind of same taste, and that's what it reminds me of. It's not bad. I just feel like this is so weird. It's like the contrast of the red sauce with the prosciutto is like an unfamiliar combo, and this is just like one sad piece of burrata that like, if you get that burrata in there, it does break that up and it's better. It's almost like you have to take the bites with the burrata in it. I also noticed that on the burrata, there's red pepper flake, which gives it a spicy note. When I mix all that up together, it was much better. That's why I try to give things a chance. I was just grabbing at it, which again, is like a twofold thing. It's decent when you add that up. It's a different combo, but when you add all of those, it does work. Sitting at the table, I can see this being much better than it is, and I'm going to grade it based on that. Franchise sale, 8 out of 10. Pizzeria scale, 7 out of 10. It had me in the first half, but once I got it all together, again, eating with my hands is probably not optimal for pasta, so had to be a little more diligent with that. And last, I got a strawberry cake. It's a limited edition item. It sounded good. Then I have to eat it with my hands. So, oh, that smells good. Oh, that's almost like a strawberry jelly kind of smell. But it's not jelly. It's more of like a sauce that's on there. And then there's another strawberry, which is more of a light pink in tone. I have to grab this. I've grabbed a lot of cakes in my life, though. I said what I said. Cake with our hands. It tastes like strawberry shortcake. Like, really like strawberry shortcake. The booty on this cake is serious. The cake itself, I wish was a little more moist, but the inside with that filling or the frosting and that outside, think of this whipped cream. We gotta do what we gotta do today. Makes up for it tenfold. If I had the cake by itself, I would say that it's dry, but it strongly resembles a decent strawberry shortcake, which I like a lot. This on a franchise scale again. I want to keep eating this. Yeah, boy. Hold up now. You know, I created a monster. Let me grab this piece. I'm sorry. I really love this part with that, like, I'm sorry, bro. That's more I ate it, the more I liked it. Usually works that way. Again, everything else makes up for it. I just wish the cake wasn't itself just a little on the dry side, but I would still, as you can see, smash this cake. Franchise scale, 8.5 out of 10. Mom and pop scale, I'll give it a 7.7 out of 10. Not quite in the very good category because of the cake, but I can't complain about the rest of it. So what do I think of this place? Again, it's hard for me to put into words because if I'm grading this against pizza places, it's like good. But if I'm grading this like a franchise, it's very good. And that's where I try to tell people like why I rate things to scale. Mom and pops and restaurants that have family-owned chef type of stuff that are working there, that they put their own recipes out and their love into it, versus like someone that has more of a corporate structure where they get taught their procedures and they get taught to prepare things, and the quality control, because there's too many of them, can't be scrutinized as much, is why I give them like more this versus this. My expectations are always higher with mom and pops for that reason, because they use fresh ingredients and things of that nature versus franchises that tend to use frozen ingredients a lot more, and they don't really put it lacks a soul. And I feel like that matters with food. With that being said, if I'm grading this on a franchise scale again, I think it's very, very good. If I'm grading this on mom and pop, it's good. Either way, I would still eat here. My only gripe is that the prices are a little high for what you get. Like a 12-inch pizza costing $22. I haven't seen that since California Pizza Kitchen. But this is much better than California Pizza Kitchen. So would I eat here again? On a one-off, absolutely. I think there's some good stuff, but some of the stuff I can't really, again, I don't know where to grade this because that sausage and peppers is so fugazi if you're from here. I got my arm out the window, I'm chilling. That I would just be like, what the hell is this? But I would expect that from like a California Pizza Kitchen. I'm so confused on this one. But even with all that, the wings and the pizza here are definitely something to write home about. Compared to anything, I think they're very, very good. And that's what most people recommended. The other stuff was kind of just me throwing in things because I like my wild cards. But if you want to try Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza, again, there's a bunch of locations. This was the one closest to me in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. So I enjoyed it. I love trying these new places. I love my franchises. But thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate y'all. I have to try to get this. I'm going to have to start checking when the sun sets because I don't like filming when it gets dark outside. Again, this camera has good low light correction, so you won't notice it as much, but it just throws me off. And it makes it much harder for me to film because even though you can see, I can't. So I feel like I'm eating in the dark, which I don't like. So I don't like sitting in the car with this kind of stuff. I said this before for people who don't like the car videos. Once the weather starts getting colder, I won't be in the car every single day. I can't tell y'all this part yet. Let's just say we'll be moving around a little bit more now. We're gonna get. I'm getting into. You want travel videos? You're gonna get them soon. Just we'll say that. I love y'all, man. I don't want to give too much away because it's still in the works, but I'm definitely gonna start. Shut up. Stop talking. I love y'all, bro. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. And hand signs. They made it to YouTube.